How you doing, everyone? Thanks for coming along to watch the video. Today we're going to have a look at the brand new North Face Flight Vectiv, which is the first carbon plated trail shoe. So before we get going, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It'll really help the channel out. Leave a comment below afterwards, and if you like what you see, leave a like as well. Okay, let's have a look at the shoes. So the first thing you're probably going to notice with these new shoes, because you've probably seen these on the internet, on different reviews and such like, is the colour. So you're not going to get them in this colour. The colour that they're out in is a white colour, which is on the screen here. You probably can't make that out. But this is like a pre-production colour. So I was lucky enough to get to test these out for quite a while. And see what I thought of them. So that's why I've got a different colour than you're going to be getting when you order a pair. So let's have a look at some of the features and see what I think. So this is the first pair of carbon plated shoes I've ever ran in. So I was coming at these totally fresh to carbon plates. I'd read about carbon plated shoes, but they all seem to be on road shoes. So I was really excited to be able to try out the new Flight Vectivs and see what I thought about a carbon shoe. And yeah, that's one of the first things I noticed when I picked them up was they are torsionally quite stiff. So under here, you can feel the stiffness under the shoe, which is obviously the carbon plate. One of the other things that I noticed to start with as well was this matrix system. You can't quite see it here, or maybe get it on the video so you can see it. But this section just here is like a Kevlar upper on this bit, which is see-through. So I can see right the way through that. And it's super tough as well. So they're the first couple of things I kind of noticed when I had a look at these for the very first time. Stiffness underfoot with the carbon plate. The fact that it's using some brand new materials. I've got plenty of trail shoes which you can see through the mesh and they're really breathable, but none that feel quite like this, none that feel as tough and durable. Also, one of the first things you notice is the rocker on it. So it's got a really big rocker shape to it. So that helps push you forward. And you can really notice that when you're running, especially in conjunction with the carbon plate. So I did most of my running, well not most, but a lot of my running in these last summer and the autumn. But I didn't actually take any footage because I thought, well, I've got plenty of time to do that. So I'll take some video footage of me running in them closer to the time when I do a review. But typically, the past literally 2 months, easy, probably a bit more, it's been nothing but full-on snow up here in Aviemore. So they're not a snowshoe. I have ran in them in the snow and they've coped okay, but I've not really taken any footage or not much footage of them just due to the conditions. I should really have taken more footage of me running in them when I had chance in nicer weather. So where should we start? Let's start underneath. So underneath we've got 3.5mm lugs. Can you see those just there? So they're not the deepest lugs in the world. But they're absolutely fine for what they're designed for. So this shoe's designed for long distance, hard packed trails and rocky trails as well. Something like the UTMB, absolutely, that's what it's for. It's not for running up a fell in the Lake District, super muddy conditions. That's not what it's for. Hard packed trails and for running long distance. So with the 3.5mm lugs, on the correct terrain, they've been excellent, really good. I've ran in them all around the Cairngorms, up in the Highlands here, and the grip has been very, very good for such a shallow lug. I've purposely not been out running over all sorts of heather and hillsides and muddy conditions, because that's not what they're for, so that wouldn't be fair on them. But saying that, I have been out a fair bit the past couple of months in the snow in them, and they've been surprisingly grippy for something with such shallow lugs. So they have performed very well for the correct conditions, and even in the snow as well. It wasn't icy when I used them, it was just pure snow. But they gripped fine, I didn't slip at all. So moving up to from the sole to the midsole, loads of cushioning on these shoes. They get a 6mm drop, so the difference from the heel to the toe is 6 mils, 6mm. So plenty of cushion. That's one of the reasons for that, is because it is designed for long distance running. So there is some forgiveness in there. So, which I really like that. I have come to the point where I like extra cushioning, just to ease my aging joints, my knees. No, none of us are getting any younger out there, so any extra help I can get is much appreciated. So the cushioning on these has felt really nice, I've found. And on top of the cushioning, they've got the carbon plate. So you can just see parts of the carbon plate here, and it comes around the back here as well. So it's quite nice, you can see bits of it. And as I said, it does feel torsionally stiff. So it wants to flex just at that point there. So when you're toeing off, it kind of springs you forward. So I have found it has felt like a faster shoe to run on, especially on the trails. So with the carbon plate, I don't know, I'm assuming this is how most carbon plated shoes work. Having not ran in any others, I've got nothing to gauge it against. But on this particular one, it wants to tow you off from this section here and just push you forward. So I have found I've ran the same route in different shoes, but I've felt quicker with these on. And it's also, I find it's used up a bit less energy because the shoe is wanting to do some of the work instead of me having to make the effort to do the work. So what's the fit of the shoe like? I found them to be, it's like a medium to narrow fit. Certainly not going to be suitable for folk with really big broad feet. I don't think they're going to fit your feet. So medium to narrow with a fairly low volume. So I unlace the lace here. It's got like a sock-like fit at the top here. The tongue is all at one with the whole material. So you don't pull the tongue further out. So because of that, I have found it quite tight to get my foot into. So if you've got a high instep, you might find it a little tricky getting your foot in. But when it's been in, I have put them on. And when I've been out in the snow and I've been wearing 2 pairs of socks, initially I've thought it's very snug. But saying that, when I've been out running, I've not felt that at all. I've just felt it a good fit on my feet. So they've not been restrictive at all. The materials they're using up here, they seem to give enough. So if it is feeling a bit neat, it gives with your feet, or it gives with my feet anyway. So I have felt it to be figure hugging fit, shall I say. Not restrictive, but certainly not a wide fit. So I mentioned that they are a 6mm drop. I've no idea what the actual stack height is. They didn't tell me that. I've not been able to work out exactly what the stack height is. But as I said before, there is plenty of cushioning in there and it's got a 6mm drop. So they do feel like a very stable shoe when you're running in them. I'm fairly sure that's due to the carbon plate. So it's not the broadest sole on the planet, but when you're running and you place your foot, you got really good foot strike. So each time your foot's going down, at no point at all have I felt as if I'm going to go over on my ankle at all. It has felt like I've got good ground control with the shoe each time it goes down. So nice and stable. So what's the weight of the shoes? So this one here is a UK 11. I've got some scales here, so I'll pop it on. So where we go, 313 grams. Now that is admittedly without the insole in. I generally put in my own footbeds. So I've taken out their insole and without an insole in, it's coming in at 313 grams for UK 11, which isn't the lightest shoe in the world. I've got plenty of other shoes which are a fair bit lighter, but this has definitely got a lot going on technology-wise with the carbon plate and the rocker shape and the materials they're using. There is a lot into this shoe, so I can see why it's slightly heavier than some of my other shoes. One thing I would say, because it's got a stiffer sole, the carbon plate, and it's propelling you forward, that's all very good. It does feel as if it's a nice and fast shoe. You've got plenty of protection underfoot as well from rocks and such like. So I haven't felt anything poking through from the bottom, but it has lost a bit of feel. If I'm running in a much lighter, different type of shoe, much more flexible, then I can feel what I'm running on much more. I'll feel the rocks more so as well underneath and stones that I'm running over, but I'll be able to react quickly and I can feel the ground more so. I have lost that sensation with this particular shoe. So it has lost some of its feel, but it has got plenty of protection there with the carbon plate underfoot. Also on protection as well, it just feels a really protective shoe, super durable. So it's got the toe bumper at the front here. So if you are going to bang your toe on anything at the front, you do have some protection around there. As I was saying, this is made of Kevlar at the top here, this matrix system. I'm sure it's got other materials in it as well, but it's part Kevlar. That's really tough and durable. This part at the front, which is a different material again, still meshy, but again, it's a really dense weave. They're using specific durable fabrics on this. And coming around to the back here as well, this is all built up. You've got the carbon plate that wraps round. It's like a 3D carbon plate, so it wraps around the back here. And they've got a stiffer rubber round here as well. So you're feeling lots of protection here as well. It's actually quite a stiff heel. Some shoes are really flexible and they poke in very easily. I'm having to press down quite a bit to do that there. So plenty of protection with the shoe all round. So how comfortable are they? I found them really comfy. For my feet, they've been really good. Very comfortable running. I'm enjoying the cushioning on there. I'm enjoying the fact it kind of hugs my feet with the fit generally. Even, as I said before, when I put my feet in, depending what I've got on sock-wise, it can feel quite neat initially, but then when I'm out running, I forget about that altogether. It's quite an odd tongue, as I was saying. It's all one material at the top here. So there is no separate bit. It's not a gusset tongue, it's like a sock-like tongue. There is some cushioning underneath, and it does come up a little bit here. It comes up high enough so when you lace the lace up here, it's not going to be digging in on top of the lace. A part that I have found a little bit odd on them is the heel section just here. There seems to be, when I've got my foot in there, there's a little gap at the top here, which just feels as if it's not fitting my foot properly. So I'll put a little picture up on the video so you can see where the gap is. But I've not noticed it when I've been running, because on the inside here, they've got these little sort of like bellows, cushioned bits on the inside. And that just hugs against the back of my heel. So there may be a gap at the top here, but it's not as if the shoe has been slipping on my foot when I've been running. Not at all, the fit's been really nice. So let's just point out that rocker movement to them again. So if I pop that on the desk here, you can see the amount of rock that goes into it. So with the rocker movement there, when I'm doing that, you place your foot down, depending on how you put your feet down. Lots of people will forefoot strike, so the foot will go down here, and then the carbon plate should push you off. Yeah, I can actually feel that, just doing that motion there, I can feel the spring in it. So that's going to help propel you forward. So, but depending where you place your foot when you're running, when I've been running for a long time and I'm absolutely knackered, then I'm going to be putting my foot down on the heel because I've just got nothing left. So I'm going to put my foot down, and it's automatically going to want to propel me forward with the rocker movement. So with the rocker and the carbon plate, that is a big feature of this shoe. What other features have I not mentioned? The upper here has got welded overlays, so that's basically meaning if I hold the shoe like that, you can see these rubbery parts here. There's no stitching on it. It's all welded on. The toe bumper at the front here, that's welded on as well. So that is fairly much the North Face Flight Vectiv, which, as I say, is the very first trail shoe to have a carbon plate. Really nice. It's a great shoe. I wouldn't use that as an everyday training shoe. That's more of a race day shoe, in my opinion anyway, or a shoe where time is your priority. So if you're going to go out and you're going to try and hit a Strava segment and try and set a really good time, and you know you want to be quick, great shoe for that, brilliant. But I wouldn't run in them every single day. I'd just be keeping them more for speedier sessions or race days themselves. So in a nutshell, the North Face Flight Vectiv has carbon plate technology with a rocker, very durable and breathable upper. If you're looking for a shoe for long distance, well, not even long distance, but specifically if you're looking for long distance because of the cushioning, hard packed rocky terrain, then this shoe feels faster whilst using less effort. So I hope you liked the review there. Let me know, are you planning on getting a pair of the new shoes? Have you ran in carbon plate shoes before? What do you think of them? Are you interested in carbon plates for the trails? So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below and leave a like as well. Okay, thanks now.